Welcome to Mysteries and Curiosities, where you will learn about some mysterious events that the answer is unknown to the world. Did you know that war is not only about violence, murder, all of that, but also includes some mysteries? In this case, we're going to talk about the Philadelphia experiment. And for this, we have a very special guest, the son of Carlos Miguel Allende, Angel Luis Allende. So he will be accompanying us in this episode. First of all, the Allende family always supported the United States of America since Carlos Miguel Allende was part of the U.S. Navy. So Angel Luis always loved to hear his father tell him about the stories he lived in the Second World War, including the Philadelphia experiment. So the idea of this experiment was to make a ship invisible and do a surprise attack to Germany and defeat them on the Second World War. So some people actually think that the ship disappeared for 15 minutes and only left some kind of green fog, but actually it's unknown if that is really true or not. Okay, so let's give a huge round of applause to Angel Luis Allende.
Hi everyone, thank you for inviting me. I am very glad to be here. Okay, so first I'm going to give a little bit of context of this. So, my father always told me a lot of things that happened in the war and some on-tape stuff, but he didn't tell me that stuff when I was little because he said it was inappropriate. So, well, he told me that in the second attempt of this experiment, the ship actually disappeared in the Philadelphia, in Philadelphia, and 6 hours later, mysteriously, the ship appeared in Virginia. So this was like very impressive and very weird for everyone, since the trip from Philadelphia to Virginia was about like 2 days in ship. He told me that this project wasn't affordable, since there are a lot of damages and consequences that could happen. And also, when the ship came back to Philadelphia, the survivors on board in the ship were very affected, like emotionally and physically and everything. My father told me and my brother a fact that was like very shocking, and it was that the crew members that survived in the ship were fused into the metallic parts of the boat. So that was like very weird.
Wow, that's actually very impressive. Also, I was told that some of the crew members were like so mentally damaged that they had like unsolvable psychological. Well, why don't you tell us a little bit more about like the dates of when all of this experiment happened?
Okay, so this experiment happened like around October 28th of 1943. And something that I want to mention is that I have always thought that this project was not sustainable.
Yeah, it actually makes a lot of sense because in those moments, I believe trying that kind of experiment was not very accurate. Also, I wanted to say that I think this experiment would have revolutionized the whole world in that moment, because invincibility is a huge advance in science.
Yeah, actually, the scientists and mechanics that were like in this experiment, working in this experiment, thought it was a burden to do all of this stuff. because they knew for the war, because they knew that it was there were gonna be a lot of consequences, and also that the crew members were going to be very affected. So they were very stressed and disoriented, and also this experiment affected a lot the crewmates' lifespan, obviously.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Well, wow. Thank you for sharing all of this information today. Well, we know that this experiment or this mystery is not as huge, and it can get overshadowed by other mysteries, but it's still important for people to know what actually happened in the Philadelphia experiment.
Yeah, I think the same. And thank you. I was very glad to be here with you. Thank you for inviting me to the show. It was very nice to share my knowledge of this experiment with everyone.
Yeah, thank you for being here and for sharing all of this with us. And see you in the next episode, people. Thank you.
Bye.